chosen ones. Only 1% of will receive billions. God says, it's your turn tonight. Tonight carries a weight that heaven has been preparing for longer than you know. This is not a random hour, and this is not an empty promise spoken into the wind. God is turning his face toward the ones who stayed faithful when it was hard, toward the hearts that kept believing when nothing around them made sense. A shift is moving quietly, and it is moving in your direction. What has been delayed is not denied, and what has been hidden is now being released with divine timing and holy purpose. Type 333 if you believe. There are moments in life when everything feels ordinary, yet in the unseen realm something extraordinary is taking place. This is one of those moments. God is not speaking about money alone. He is speaking about restoration, authority, influence, and resources that will overflow into generations. The word billions is not just about currency. It is about impact that multiplies beyond measure, about blessings that stretch further than you ever imagined. You have walked through seasons where doors were closed in your face. You have stood alone while others moved ahead. You have endured silence while praying for answers. Yet God was shaping you in those quiet days. He was strengthening your character, deepening your faith, and teaching you to trust him when there was nothing visible to hold on to. Those hidden years were not wasted, they were preparation. If this speaks to your spirit, gently press the like button as a sign that you are standing in faith tonight. There is a difference between being chosen and being ready. Many are called, but few remain steady when the fire comes. The 1% that will receive this level of blessing are not the loudest or the most noticed. They are the ones who stayed humble. They are the ones who forgave when it hurt. They are the ones who gave thanks in the middle of lack. They are the ones who kept loving even when they were misunderstood. God sees the tears that fell in private. He remembers the nights when you lay awake asking him for strength. He watched you refuse to become bitter. He watched you resist the temptation to give up. Heaven recorded every act of obedience, every quiet sacrifice, every step taken in trust. Nothing escaped his sight. Billions in the hands of the unprepared can destroy a soul. Billions in the hands of the faithful can build hope for nations. God is not releasing abundance to harm you. He is releasing it because he knows your heart. He knows you will not worship the gift instead of the giver. He knows you understand that every good thing flows from him. It is your turn not because you demanded it. It is your turn because you endured. It is your turn because you stayed when others walked away. It is your turn because your heart still belongs to Jesus Christ. The love of the Lord has anchored you in storms. The grace of God has carried you through valleys. The teachings of Jesus have shaped the way you think, speak, and act. This turning point is not about pride, it is about purpose. God is raising up chosen ones who will fund kindness, build places of healing, support families, and bring light into dark spaces. Wealth in your life will not be empty. It will carry the fragrance of compassion. It will move through your hands and bless many. You may not feel like part of the 1%. You may still see your weaknesses. Yet God does not look at you the way you look at yourself. He sees the seed of greatness planted deep inside your spirit. He sees the loyalty you showed when no one applauded. He sees the faith that refused to die. Type 1111 if you trust in God. Tonight is sacred because alignment is happening. What once seemed impossible is becoming reachable. Doors that stayed shut for years are starting to unlock. Connections that will elevate you are being arranged. Ideas that were dormant are coming alive with clarity and direction. This is not luck. This is divine orchestration. Stay grounded in Jesus. Stay anchored in love. Let humility remain your covering. As blessings increase, let gratitude increase even more. As influence grows, let your prayer life grow deeper. As resources expand, let generosity expand with them. This is how the chosen remain steady when elevation comes. God's heart toward you is tender. He is not teasing you with hope. He is preparing you for responsibility. The world measures success by numbers. Heaven measures success by obedience. The billions spoken over your life are attached to obedience, faithfulness, and surrender. They are tied to your willingness to reflect the character of Christ in every space you enter. The season of small thinking is ending. The season of hidden favor is breaking open. You are stepping into a flow that was written into your story before you were born. The Father delights in lifting those who depend on Him. Jesus walks with those who trust Him fully. The Holy Spirit strengthens those who yield to divine guidance. Rest in this promise tonight. Let peace settle in your heart. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. The 1% is not about exclusivity. It is about readiness and surrender. God says it is your turn because your heart has been shaped by love and refined by faith. The shift that began in the unseen is now settling deeper into your daily life. God is not rushing you forward without strengthening your foundation. When He speaks of billions, He is also speaking of stability, wisdom, and the maturity required to carry such weight. He does not pour new wine into a fragile vessel. He fortifies the heart first, then releases the increase. A 7-second brainwave method, once limited to elite circles and tucked away in classified files, is now accessible to the public, and many refer to it as the 30-second miracle. Researchers say it stimulates a dormant brain center tied to prosperity and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's removed again from the internet. In this season, you will notice subtle changes within yourself. Your thinking will expand. Your confidence will grow quietly, not in arrogance, but in assurance. You will feel less shaken by opinions and less distracted by noise. This is the work of the Spirit shaping you into someone who can stand steady when abundance surrounds you. The 1% are those who learned contentment before prosperity arrived. They discovered joy in simple days. They found peace in prayer instead of in possessions. They practiced gratitude when their bank account did not reflect their dreams. That discipline formed a deep well inside them, and now that well is ready to overflow. God is healing your relationship with provision. In the past, lack may have created fear. You may have worried about tomorrow or felt pressure to compete with others. Yet through those struggles, the Lord was teaching you dependence. He was showing you that your true security is not found in numbers, but in His presence. That lesson becomes priceless when wealth increases. As this new chapter unfolds, generosity will become a natural response. You will not cling tightly to what God places in your hands. You will recognize yourself as a steward, not an owner. This perspective protects your heart. It keeps you aligned with heaven even when earthly success grows. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. The elevation coming into your life will also test your relationships. Some people will celebrate you sincerely, others may misunderstand the change they see in you. God is preparing you to respond with grace. You will not need to defend yourself. You will not need to prove your worth. The same humility that carried you through seasons of lack will carry you through seasons of abundance. Jesus showed that true greatness is expressed through service. He walked in authority, yet He knelt to wash feet. That spirit of service will remain central in your life. Wealth will not erase compassion. Influence will not silence kindness. Instead, The resources you receive will amplify your ability to reflect Christ in practical ways. You will begin to see opportunities that were once hidden. Investments of time and effort that seemed small will produce surprising fruit. Connections that appeared ordinary will open significant doors. God has been arranging these details patiently. Nothing is accidental. Each step has been woven into a larger design. There is also inner healing taking place. Old wounds connected to rejection, failure, or betrayal are being softened by divine love. Before God entrusts you with large responsibility, He restores the fragile places inside you. He wants you whole, not wounded. He wants your decisions to flow from peace, not from past pain. In this next phase, discipline will matter more than ever. The blessing is real, but so is the need for wisdom. You will feel a stronger pull toward prayer and reflection. Quiet moments with God will become your anchor. When choices appear complex, clarity will come through communion with Him. This rhythm will protect you from being overwhelmed. Your testimony will grow in depth. People will notice the change and ask how it happened. Your answer will not center on strategy alone. It will point to faith, perseverance, and the steady guidance of God. Your story will inspire others who feel stuck. They will see that waiting seasons can lead to extraordinary outcomes when trust remains intact. The billions spoken over your life are tied to purpose beyond personal comfort. Schools will be supported. Families will be restored. Ministries will expand. Acts of kindness will multiply in ways that ripple across communities. The impact will reach farther than you can see. God delights in using faithful hearts as channels of transformation. Stay alert to pride. It can enter quietly if you are not watchful. Remind yourself often of the days when you had little and still trusted. Remember the prayers whispered in small rooms. Remember the gratitude that filled your heart before any major breakthrough appeared. These memories will keep you grounded. Type 777 if you trust Jesus. The journey ahead includes learning how to manage expansion wisely. Systems will need to be built. Teams may gather around you. Decisions will carry greater weight. Yet you will not walk alone. The same God who led you through scarcity will guide you through abundance. His wisdom does not fade when circumstances change. Expect your compassion to deepen. As your capacity grows, so will your understanding of responsibility. You will feel moved to support causes that align with the heart of Christ. Justice, mercy, and restoration will stir within you. Your resources will become tools for healing broken places. This blessing also brings restoration to your own household. Tensions that were caused by financial stress will ease. Conversations will become lighter. Hope will replace anxiety. The peace of God will settle over your home like a gentle covering. Abundance will not just fill accounts, it will fill atmospheres with relief and gratitude. Do not rush the process. Even when doors begin to open quickly, remain patient. God's timing remains perfect. Some opportunities will require discernment. Not every invitation will be aligned with your calling. Trust the inner guidance of the Spirit. He will nudge you toward what strengthens your purpose and away from distractions. There will be moments when you look back and hardly recognize the path you traveled. The hardships that once felt heavy will now appear as stepping stones. Each setback shaped resilience. Each delay built endurance. Each disappointment refined your character. Nothing was meaningless. The phrase 1% is not meant to isolate you. It highlights the depth of surrender required. Few are willing to let God fully shape their motives. Few choose obedience over shortcuts. Few stay faithful when recognition is absent. You chose that road, even when it felt lonely. That choice positioned you for this turning point. What if wealth could be triggered from inside your own mind, through a powerful sound frequency? once hidden in classified files. Experts say this signal naturally attracts opportunity and financial freedom, and many people are already putting it to use. Click the link in the description and comments now, and activate this hidden brainwave today. As resources increase, protect your quiet time with God. Let worship remain central, let gratitude remain daily, let humility remain visible. The external growth must be matched by internal devotion. This balance ensures that success strengthens your faith instead of weakening it. Tonight's promise continues to unfold beyond what you can measure. The release of abundance is intertwined with spiritual maturity. God is entrusting you with more because you have proven faithful with less. He is expanding your territory because your heart remains anchored in love. Carry this truth gently but confidently. You are stepping into a season where favor feels tangible. Doors will open with less resistance, efforts will produce greater results, peace will guard your mind, joy will rise without strain. The presence of God will feel near and steady. The blessing is not random, it is the fruit of refinement, patience, and unwavering faith in Jesus Christ. It is the overflow of a life rooted in divine love. It is the evidence that heaven honors perseverance. As you move forward, remember that every increase is an invitation to reflect Christ more brightly. In the past, you may have struggled to understand why certain doors closed. You may have watched others rise quickly while your progress felt slow, yet delay was a form of protection. God was shielding you from success that would have come before you were prepared to carry it. He was strengthening your inner life so that when influence arrived, it would not corrupt your peace. This new season will bring clarity about your calling. You will recognize patterns in your journey that once felt random. The skills you developed in small roles will now serve larger purposes. The compassion you gained through hardship will guide how you lead. Every experience is aligning to support the expansion God is releasing. Type 1919 to receive miracles. The blessing attached to your life is not a reward for perfection, it is a response to perseverance. You kept believing in Jesus Christ when circumstances contradicted your prayers. You chose integrity when compromise seemed easier. You allowed God to refine your character instead of hardening your heart. That surrender shaped you into someone who can be trusted with more. As abundance approaches, wisdom will become your closest companion. You will feel a stronger desire to learn, to seek counsel, and to grow steadily. Pride will not have space to dominate you because humility has already taken root. The more you receive, the more you will acknowledge that every increase flows from the grace of God. There will be moments when you sense both excitement and responsibility rising together. That balance is healthy. It reminds you that this shift is sacred. Wealth can amplify whatever already exists within a person. Because you have cultivated gratitude and faith, those qualities will be amplified as well. Your life will shine with generosity rather than greed. The influence connected to this promise will also open doors for leadership. People will look to you for guidance. Your calm presence during storms will become a source of reassurance for others. The peace that God planted in you during trials will now serve as stability for those around you. You will lead not through force but through example. Guard your heart carefully during this expansion. Continue to forgive quickly. Continue to pray consistently. Continue to serve quietly even when recognition increases. These habits formed during hidden seasons will keep your spirit anchored when visibility grows. They are the invisible roots that hold you steady. The love of God will remain the center of your story. It was His love that carried you through rejection. It was His love that restored your hope when dreams felt distant. It was His love that kept whispering that your turn would come. That same love now prepares you to handle abundance without losing your identity. You will begin to sense divine timing in practical ways. Opportunities will align without excessive striving. Resources will appear when needed. Conversations will unfold at the right moment. This flow does not remove effort from your life. It removes unnecessary struggle. God is teaching you how to move with Him instead of against the current. Type yes to affirm. Your home will reflect the peace that accompanies this blessing. Tension caused by uncertainty will soften. Laughter will return more easily. Hope will settle like light in every room. The increase you receive will not only provide comfort, but also create space for generosity toward others. Hospitality will grow. Compassion will deepen. This season also calls for discernment. Not every partnership will align with your purpose. Some invitations may look appealing, but carry distraction. Stay attentive to the quiet guidance of the Spirit. He will lead you toward what strengthens your calling and away from what dilutes it. Obedience remains the key to sustaining this elevation. The phrase billions carries symbolic weight. It represents overflow beyond expectation. It speaks of multiplication that extends across generations. God is thinking long-term when He speaks over your life. He is considering children, communities, and futures you cannot yet see. The impact of your obedience today will echo far beyond this moment. You may recall nights when doubt whispered that nothing would change. Those nights were not signs of failure, they were stages of growth. Faith deepened because you chose to believe without visible proof. That depth now becomes the foundation for the expansion ahead. The stronger the roots, the greater the tree can grow. As your capacity increases, gratitude must increase as well. Gratitude keeps your vision clear. It reminds you that everything remains a gift. It protects you from comparison. It shields you from entitlement. A grateful heart sees abundance as stewardship rather than possession. Jesus lived with simplicity, even while carrying divine authority. His life demonstrated that true richness flows from love and obedience. Let His example continue to shape your decisions. Let His compassion guide your investments of time and resources. Let His humility influence how you treat every person you encounter. A revealed 7-second brainwave technique, supported by neuroscience and once hidden in classified files, is helping thousands switch on their brain's wealth setting. People call it the money magnet sound because of how quickly it seems to draw abundance. Click the link in the description and comments below to awaken the prosperity already within you. The 1% are not defined by status, but by surrender. They are defined by consistency in faith. They are defined by resilience through trials. They are defined by hearts that remain soft toward God. You belong to this company not because of superiority, but because of devotion. There will be seasons within this expansion where growth feels rapid. There may also be moments when progress steadies. Both are part of divine rhythm. Trust the pace God sets. He understands what your soul can carry at every stage. His guidance will remain steady. Your story will become a testimony of transformation. Those who once saw you struggle will witness your elevation. Some will be inspired. Some may feel challenged. Continue to respond with kindness. Continue to point back to the source of your strength. Let your success always reflect gratitude rather than self-glory. Tonight's declaration is not a passing statement. It marks the beginning of sustained increase. God is weaving together spiritual growth and material provision. He is aligning purpose with prosperity. He is proving that faithfulness in small things opens doors to greater responsibility. Remain patient as details unfold. Not everything will manifest instantly. Some aspects of this promise will develop gradually. Trust the process. Celebrate each step. Recognize each breakthrough as evidence of divine faithfulness. The journey itself will shape you further. The blessing attached to your life carries weight because it is built on relationship with God. Continue nurturing that relationship. Let prayer remain intimate. Let worship remain sincere. Let obedience remain immediate. These disciplines will sustain you long after the initial excitement fades. You are not stepping into abundance alone. Heaven stands behind this promise. The Father delights in lifting his children. Jesus walks beside you as shepherd and guide. The Spirit strengthens you from within. This partnership ensures that increase will not overwhelm you. Carry yourself with quiet confidence. You have been refined through fire. You have been shaped through waiting. You have been strengthened through adversity. Now you step forward into a season where provision meets purpose in remarkable ways. In earlier seasons, you may have felt overlooked. You may have worked faithfully without recognition. Those quiet chapters were sacred training grounds. God was building endurance in you. He was teaching you how to remain steady when applause was absent. That endurance now becomes one of your greatest strengths. As this expansion continues, courage will rise in your heart. You will speak with greater conviction. You will act with clearer direction. Doubt that once lingered will lose its grip. Confidence will not come from ego. It will come from the assurance that God Himself has positioned you for this hour. Type 1010 if you agree. The abundance attached to your life will also reshape how you see responsibility. You will understand that provision is meant to flow outward. The needs of others will move you deeply. You will feel called to lift burdens, to support vision, to stand with those who feel forgotten. The resources you receive will become tools of restoration. There will be moments when you pause and reflect on how far you have come. The memories of struggle will not fill you with pain anymore. They will fill you with gratitude. You will see clearly how God protected you from paths that would have drained your peace. You will recognize how every closed door guided you toward a better one. Your relationship with Jesus will grow even more intimate in this season. Success will not distance you from Him. It will draw you closer. You will sense His guidance in daily decisions. You will feel His presence when choices seem complex. His teachings will remain your foundation, shaping how you lead and how you give. The 1% are marked by integrity. They remain consistent, whether their surroundings are simple or grand. They treat every person with dignity. They honor commitments. They refuse to compromise values for temporary gain. These qualities already live within you. That is why this elevation can be trusted to your hands. Growth will require new levels of discipline. Time will become more valuable. Focus will matter more than ever. You will need to guard your attention carefully. Not every opportunity will deserve your energy. The Spirit will guide you toward what aligns with your calling and away from distractions that dilute your purpose. Type 222 to claim miracles. The influence growing around you will open doors for mentorship. Younger hearts will look to you for guidance. They will see in you a living example of perseverance and faith. Your words will carry weight because they are backed by experience. You will speak from a place of authenticity, not theory. There may also be challenges that accompany visibility. Opinions will surface, expectations will increase, yet you will not be shaken. The same grace that sustained you in hidden seasons will sustain you in public ones. God does not elevate without also strengthening. This blessing is not fragile, it is anchored in divine intention. Even when circumstances fluctuate, the foundation remains secure. Your peace will not depend on constant growth. It will rest in the knowledge that God is your provider. That truth frees you from fear. As your capacity expands, generosity will become more creative. You will discover new ways to bless others. You will see needs that once escaped your attention. Compassion will guide your decisions. The joy of giving will surpass the joy of receiving. This is the heart of Christ expressed through your life. Your home will continue to reflect this transformation. Conversations will center around gratitude. Plans will include acts of kindness. Faith will shape daily choices. The atmosphere around you will feel lighter. Those who enter your space will sense calm and reassurance. A hidden brainwave once kept in classified files has been said to spark powerful prosperity. In just 7 minutes, you can unlock the switch within your mind that pulls in abundance like a magnet. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate your hidden wealth wave right now. The journey ahead includes learning how to balance growth with rest. God does not desire that abundance exhaust you. He desires that it bless you and those around you. Periods of reflection will remain essential. Quiet time with Him will renew your strength. Worship will refill your spirit. The phrase billions also represents freedom. It symbolizes release from limitations that once constrained your vision. Dreams that felt unrealistic will now feel attainable. Projects that seemed too large will now seem possible. This shift is not about pride. It is about stepping fully into the calling written over your life. Remember the days when you questioned your progress. Remember how you continued to pray even when answers were delayed. Those prayers were seeds planted in faith. They are now sprouting into visible outcomes. What once felt like waiting now reveals itself as preparation. Guard your gratitude fiercely. It will remain your greatest protection. Gratitude keeps your focus on God rather than on comparison. It reminds you that everything you hold is a gift. It cultivates humility even when success grows. You will also notice a strengthening of discernment. You will sense quickly when something aligns with your purpose. You will recognize when to step forward and when to pause. This sensitivity is a gift from the Spirit. It ensures that your growth remains aligned with divine intention. The 1% are not isolated from struggle. They simply respond differently. They lean on God instead of leaning on fear. They seek wisdom instead of reacting impulsively. They remain rooted in love even when challenges arise. This posture defines your journey. As your story unfolds, you will become a bridge for others.